Okay, I've started.
Right.
We're in it. Home party.
Some of us are in it. Some of us are hidden by other galaxies.
Some of us are in it in different degrees and in different ways, but in general, we're in it. Whatever this is, we're in it. That's right, folks. Another episode of Poem Party with video edition.
Yeah.
And
We decided to just go ahead and start. We've been playing around with the green screens. I bought a large black blanket to use as a green screen. It was cheap. It's not a comfortable blanket, but it works. And with it, we can podcast.
I love how the trees are so suited to your.
Yeah, it's kind of got like an ET vibe.
Yeah, it's a little bit ET.
You would be ET.
It's a little bit. It's like ET plus Predator.
And you're where ET lives, Alex.
Yeah, you're coming to me.
I'm coming to you. I'm getting on my bike. I'm flying across the moon. What was? I forget what we were just riffing on.
ET.
The reason why we started. I'm not stoned. I'm not stoned. I'm just wearing a blanket. What was it? Something. Happy Gilmore? That's not it.
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say, happy last National Poetry Month ever.
Oh,
No,
no country for Happy Gilmore. Something along those lines. All right. How you guys been? I got a text earlier from New York City that was seeking anybody who and anybody with a medical license to come to the hospital.
Yeah,
Which
I
was
got
like-
that too.
I was like,
Like
oh
an
my God.
Amber Alert. It was like, if you're licensed, please come help.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you guys not get that because you're out of state?
No, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I heard a lot about it actually.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. It was. I mean, all I can do is respond with humor because it's so horrifying.
Yeah.
So it's like such a like potentially traumatizing message that I just have to be like, ha ha.
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Although I did see on Twitter people were saying that, other parts of the country actually had done that. Other parts of the country with like far smaller outbreaks had done that even like a week ago.
Okay.
It's just a tool that they had at their disposal. And Bill de
Right.
Blasio was probably like, yeah, just do it.
Send a text. I'm Bill de Blasio. I don't know what I sound like, much like Andrew Cuomo.
So
It's
I've
been
actually
the
heard
text.
Andrew Cuomo since the last time that you were saying that, and he sounds like your impression.
This current impression right now.
He's got kind of like a gentle way about him that's surprising.
And Pierce Nips.
He has this kind of soft voice, I find.
He looked like he had pierced nipples the other day, but I actually know what that is. That is somebody whose chest is so hairy that it obstructs the
Yep.
natural shape of. I've
Yep.
seen that.
Have you ever? I have an extremely hairy chest, and anytime that I wear athleisure, it looks so strange because I have so much chest hair. It makes it look like I have like cottage cheese thighs on my chest.
That's what it is.
Yeah, like
It's disrupting the lay of the shirt.
Yeah,
I'll have to keep that in mind.
yeah. It creates this like ripple, this mottled, like indented, like partially indented weird pattern.
Topography.
Yeah, and also if I wear like athleisure tights, my leg hair comes through.
Mine
and you
too.
can- It looks like I'm not made for that. for whatever.
hurts.
Yeah. After I take it off, my leg hair hurts. My body hair hurts.
Yeah, they don't put that in the marketing material.
No.
Why
it's
would you
not.
buy something that's like, it hurts when you
Are you hairy? Well, this will hurt.
Actually, that is the entire premise of Brazilian wax.
If you're hairy, this will hurt.
Also, there's that scene in The 40-Year-Old Virgin where Steve Carell goes to get his chest waxed.
Mhm.
And it's a really funny scene. Also,
Classic
the
slapstick.
Yeah, the Tiger King.
Oh, the Tiger
Hairy
King.
chest. Hairy chest.
Hairy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is he that hairy?
I remember.
Joe isn't, but his first husband.
Yeah, that's right.
Every shot of him is him with his shirt off, and yeah,
He looks a lot like my cousin. His first husband looks a lot like my cousin, and in just about every way. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Tiger? Are you guys watching it?
I've seen the whole thing.
You've seen the whole thing?
Mhm.
Oh, Michael, you said no?
No.
Okay. I'm up to like episode 4. And I'm pleased.
I'm going to watch it now.
It's deeply, yeah, go ahead and turn it on. We'll get back to you after episode 1.
I'll give my thoughts at the end of the episode.
Yeah, these will be reaction shots.
I was talking to our friend Nicholas Goodley the other day, and he said that the only person he trusted to write a Tiger King poem was one Tyler Green.
Let me just bask in that. Yeah, let's deconstruct the layers of that one.
How would you think about approaching that?
Well, I mean, I feel like
put on this virtual background when you write the poem.
Yeah, like this, except instead of evergreen trees, it's like low-hanging Floridian oak, like live oaks with moss.
Well, it's actually takes place mostly in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's just the lady who's in Tampa.
Well, also isn't what's his face, Bodhisattva or whatever the fuck he calls himself? Isn't he in Florida also?
He's in South Carolina. He's in Myrtle Beach. So
Southeast is represented here.
Yeah, they should have included Idaho and New Hampshire, and then
for all
everybody
the people with like illegal arsenals.
Yeah, you got a good spread of the country, and maybe a little bit of Arizona.
Oh, or Eastern Oregon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Eastern Washington or Eastern Oregon. Yeah.
You think when people watch this podcast, they think of it's kind of like watching Joe's TV show?
No, because more people watch Joe's TV show.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, not that many. It wasn't like he had great numbers, but I do. I have an affection for like the guy that's basically screaming into the void.
Oh yeah.
I like that. He doesn't care if anybody watches. He broadcasts like 10 hours a day, every day.
No, I feel like that's a little bit of what we're going for.
It's all podcasts. So. There he is.
There he is. Come here, Joe. Come here, Joe.
Can we all just put up virtual backgrounds of Joe Exotic?
I can't. My computer doesn't do it. It looks like shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tyler will be the one.
I am the one. I gotta say, his mullet is better than mine was. I think.
Well, he spends more time on it, probably.
Yeah, he went the step of dyeing it. That's real good.
Mm-hmm. So how you fellas holding up?
It's getting weird, isn't it?
It is.
It's,
Yeah.
I didn't really predict this.
Were you talking about New York or the country or the world or all of it?
Well,
Or
just how deep we are in it, and how narrow the escape seems for the time being.
You mean like when you say narrow the escape, you mean like the ability to deal with it, or like
No, like when is this
the
going to be over?
precariousness? Mm-hmm.
Like, last time we podcasted, it was like, oh, like a few, maybe 5 weeks,
Yeah.
stock up for a month. And
Yeah.
now it's like maybe the rest of the fucking year is going to be not like this.
Well, it's probably going to be I mean, there's going to be like cultural changes, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to like there's a lot
Economic.
that's going to be different.
Which is impossible really to imagine at this point. Like just financially,
Yeah.
this depression is going to bring to the way we live.
Yeah. How are people going to get their jobs back? That's one of the questions I've been thinking about a lot, because so many people are filing for unemployment, and I'm just like, what will the process of employment be for 7 million people?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I may be showing my ignorance again. And Tyler, you say that last time we talked, you were talking about the economy, and
Mm-hmm.
you're a scholar of the economy.
I am, as a scholar of the economy.
But my question is, if there's a global recession and money
Scholar of the economy.
just disappears, what happens to it?
Well, money's not going to disappear. They're going to print a lot more money in order to try and balance.
Government's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but what I say that when they say, "Oh, the stock market lost a third of its value,"
well, that value wasn't real.
exactly.
That value was based on confidence, and also like how many people were holding shares of it. So
Right.
so it lost value because everybody sold something and increased the supply,
Mm-hmm.
and so the demand went down, the supply went up. As a scholar of the economy, and as a result, the prices dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I took AP macro and microeconomics.
It just it doesn't make sense to me that when there's a global recession, that wealth, quote unquote, that it could vanish. Somebody has it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so capital exists still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it does decay.
It's all the speculation too, as you were saying. The trading is done on, in kind of
Faith
liquid
and
terms.
Yeah. But what's like the real things of an economy are still there, except you've just excised a bunch of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a tough spot in there, I imagine.
And you have to somehow provide for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what our society's been really good at so far is the providing for part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw a meme that was like somebody asking for healthcare, universal healthcare, and the government saying back, "How about I give you $1,200 and you fuck off?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the government just became Andrew Yang overnight, and it's just like, all right, okay. Well, I guess he wanted more like $12,000, but
So how long? What are we looking at?
I think that for one, I think the slow process of closing things down was partially planned for. I think I mentioned that in the last podcast.
Yes, to add exposure, and it's actually, I mean, New York could be back to normal in like 3 months because everybody
because
in
of the high exposure.
Yeah,
and well, I think that what they'll do probably is do a staged return of the economy, where you have more and more essential people going back to work
mm-hmm.
In a slower process that allows for the economy to continue, but also keeps people getting sick at the right rate.
Yeah.
Because everybody has to get it eventually, like, or at least 80% of people have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have been slightly under the weather for like 3 weeks, and I'm praying that that's it. Just a nice light little version of it.
Just a teensy tiny little bit of lung damage.
Well, nothing like that, but I get a headache for every day for like an hour at like 4:00, and I had a really low fever. It just went away.
I'm trying to get this in a way that both shows you Joe peeking through the top of my window, while also, like, I want to be like, have it look like I'm looking at you, right? Because right now I'm like off to the side, and so this is me looking at you guys.
I like that though, because your head is on Joe's body.
Yeah, I like that part of it.
It's you and the Tyger.
Yeah, me and my aspect together.
Oh, and worlds colliding. Joe Exotic has COVID-19.
Oh, does he?
That's very, very likely in federal prison.
Oh boy. Yeah,
So,
did I mention on the last one that I think I got it, and I think my lungs are damaged?
no.
Yeah, I think I had it back in the end of January, and
I remember you.
You see my hand coming out of the Tyger.
And you've had what?
Well, I've had a consistent pain in a specific spot in my chest since I was sick, like 2 months ago, and it hasn't moved and it hasn't changed, and I don't know. It's right in the center of my chest.
Did you pull something working out or something?
No, it doesn't. Like, it doesn't seem to respond to like muscle movements or like bone stretching.
You had a cough with this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've only this week have stopped coughing.
Well, then that could be part of it too. It could take a while. If you've been coughing for like 3 months, then.
Yeah, but it didn't change with mucolytics or anything like that.
You're asthmatic, aren't you, Tyler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a
Ventolin.
little nerd pipe. You just spark it up. Spark up a little guy. I wonder if anybody's
tried that. If anybody didn't have like an apple lying around,
and they just put tinfoil in their albuterol inhaler.
Burned another hole in it.
Two heads on the same body.
So yeah, I'm just praying that I had it, and I don't know. I mean, but will we ever get tested? Will we ever be able to be tested for antibodies? Probably not.
That's what I mean. I don't read the same news or experience the same news that my parents do, for better or for worse. But it sounds like there's something like rumblings going on of New York City wanting to do antibody testing on people who think they've already had it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
In order to try and get data on that, but
and also get people back to work and.
Yeah, that'd be the other thing. Is if you that's another idea that's been floating around that I've seen, is like you test everybody, and those who've already had it go back to work, and then those who haven't had it, there's like a planned, exposure process essentially.
And the
but like if you like it seems that it has a lot to do with your what I think is called your inoculum, which is the amount of viral, like the viral load that you're, or like the amount of virus you're exposed to.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you get, if like somebody coughs into the back of your mouth, that's a high dose that you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you like went in the same elevator as somebody who was coughing in there an hour ago, that's a low.
That seems to be the X factor,
dose.
because if you look at why, if you look at all of the healthcare workers that end up getting sick, and they seem to be getting severely ill at a greater proportion,
right?
That points to exposure,
right,
and viral load. And that's actually what Siddharth Mukherjee's article in the New Yorker sort of talked about this week. It's really interesting. He just talks about the history of inoculation, like the precursors of people exposing their children to small bits of dried, powdered smallpox pox.
Right.
Like that
pox
kind of
and
thing.
The puffs.
Yeah. And viral loads and stuff like that, and how it's not, obviously not known, but it is thought that that might be the X factor. The other thing being that everybody said, I mean, even though all the recommendations are like, oh yeah, 6 feet away, you don't need to wear a mask, which we all knew was a lie.
Bowl.
We've always known that.
Let me fill my mouth with this picture. Bowl.
But it does
What
seem
you're
like
saying is bowl that we didn't need to wear masks.
Yeah, it's the only reason why that message is sent out is so that people don't panic about not being able to get masks. There's zero reason why you wouldn't want to wear a mask. What it does is it keeps particulate matter from flying out of your face at other people.
Of course, that's better than not wearing one.
So if everybody's wearing a mask, there's no particulate matter flying out of each other's faces and into other people or onto surfaces. And so it's a obviously.
I wonder, like, where's somebody like Jeff Bezos? Like, why can't he send every American a mask?
I think I honestly think that if the CDC said everybody needs a mask, then it would be different, right? Because then somebody like Jeff Bezos would be saying, "Oh, everybody needs a mask. I can give everybody a mask," right? Something like that. Whereas because the CDC says no, it just doesn't. You don't need one. It's if you don't wear it right, you're going to get sick, right? Like things like that. That keeps the message. Like I don't know. It keeps that from being one of the pushes for what industry shifts to. Like Tesla could be doing that instead of making more cars than they ever have before, which they did.
Also their ventilators were not ventilators; they were
AC units.
They were like CPAP machines.
Oh.
And healthcare workers say, well, technically you can use those in a pinch to do something similar. You can attach like a tube to intubate somebody.
Right.
But the problem is that aerosolizes the stuff in the person's lungs and like risks the lives of like the ambulance driver, whoever. So he didn't really actually make ventilators. He, I think, purchased a bunch of CPAP machines, and they don't actually. They actually pose a greater risk to healthcare professionals than so.
Yeah.
The billionaires are really helping. Rihanna has honestly helped more than Elon Musk has at this point. I'll say one caveat is here in Massachusetts. I'm sure you heard about Robert Kraft using the Patriots plane to fly to China to get all of those masks. So apparently,
I did not hear about that.
I haven't substantiated.
I did not hear.
Charlie Baker is the Republican governor of Massachusetts. He kept requesting supplies, including N95 respirators, and the federal government kept seizing them before they got to Massachusetts. He claimed that they were, what did he say, confiscated. So the federal government is not allowing his shipments to get there.
I actually just received a respirator in the mail a couple days ago that I'm not allowed to buy anymore. Like I bought it back in February,
and it just finally came.
It finally came. Like I
bought
bought
it back in February.
Yeah, I told you I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person.
So
one second, let me get it.
You know how to use it?
Yeah, this is not my first respirator, brother.
Not a ventilator, a respirator.
What is a respirator?
It's a mask.
Oh.
So, anyways, basically, the what people are hinting at is that Charlie Baker had to use the smoke screen of Robert Kraft doing this as a philanthropic act to defy the federal government and get this without it being confiscated. Because if the state of Massachusetts tried to buy it, the federal government may have intercepted it.
They went to him as influential person in Massachusetts and said, "We'll have to do this for us."
Can you and said like, well, can you say that you're going with on behalf of the Patriots organization so that you can sidestep all of the?
That's weird.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Basically, when all the states are going to compete against each other, and if Florida is getting all of the supplies that it's asking for, and actually Massachusetts has gotten less than half. They got like 10% of the shipment that they asked for.
Can you guys still hear me?
Very lightly.
As if you're wearing a mask.
What if I put it below the exit point? How's that? Is that better?
Not really.
No, not really.
What if I talk like this?
Yeah, that's better.
Is this better?
Oh, it's different.
Yeah.
I don't know if better is the right word.
So Tyler, how long can you wear that thing? Like how long is it good for?
Well, I don't have any. 1 second. I don't have any. I haven't attached the cartridges yet.
How long do the cartridges last?
Well, it depends on the particulate environment. So, like, if you're like, it's designed for like woodworking.
Carbon based?
Sorry?
Is it carbon?
It's a silicon-based life form.
Like a filter.
I have on my face.
Is it like a filter? I mean.
Yeah. Well, so right now the filters aren't. 1 second.
They're not connected. They go on the sides, like a gas mask looking.
Yeah.
So right now, I don't have the filters attached to the ports. I have filters for it, but I don't want to break those out unless I really need them, because I don't know exactly how long they'll be effective for.
Yep.
But I mean, this is effective on its own, just at keeping, like, working like a mask would, like an N95 mask would. And the benefit to me is that the air comes out of the bottom, and so my glasses don't fog up when I'm wearing normally when I wear a mask, my glasses fog up. I mean, this should definitely be in the hands of medical personnel and not me, but I ordered it a long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
And why can't you order it anymore?
If you go on Amazon right now and you try and order one of these, it says that you can only order it if you are a hospital or a government agency participating in the COVID-19 crisis response.
And how do they have proof of that?
I imagine you have to have a hospital or a COVID-19 account. I don't know.
They might have dispensed codes or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think you can't really order much on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ordered a bunch of counterculture coffee to New Hampshire.
A bunch of what?
Counterculture coffee, which is like a Indian
coffee.
Coffee, yeah. Mm-hmm. And my order got lost in the mail, and so Counterculture sent me the same order again, which was 3 packages of coffee, and then the first one came. So now I have double the amount I ordered, for half the price.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Hell yeah. I actually had that happen with coffee before. The one time I tried to order coffee on Amazon, they sent me the wrong thing. They sent me ground instead of whole bean. And I was like, this is ground. Okay. I would have ground this to a different grind. Okay. And they just let me keep it and gave me $16. I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Okay.
And now that I don't smoke weed or do cocaine or take LSD or any of it, coffee is my favorite thing.
Right.
Now, I told you last time that I was doing clean living, but I have that included no coffee, but now coffee's back on the menu, and I really appreciate it. I'm having 2-3 cups a day.
Yeah, I have 2 cups a day, which is less than I used to have.
Whoa.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. What's up, Alex?
Where does poetry fit into all this for all of you?
Well, have you guys been practicing? Have you guys been doing your poetry squats?
I did squats that ruined my life this week. I hadn't squatted in a long time, and I was sore for like 3 days.
Yeah,
I've been doing squats.
Poetry squats or real squats?
Literal squats, body squats.
Yeah.
I started writing again, which was nice.
Didn't you say you were working on fiction?
I was. It was terrible, but it was the thing I needed to. I needed to It's like letting the tap run so all the methane gets out.
Right.
And then I can begin my real work.
Right. Yeah, I've been working a lot. I have not been writing poetry, unfortunately. I got a title today, and I wrote a few lines the other day, but it's been crazy at work.
Any sense if that's going to continue or?
What, working?
No.
I hope it continues.
The pace.
The bass, Tyler. The bass. The pace.
This gesture. It's a recognized linguistic thing. It's called the Italian hand purse. It is, and it's used with a question, as in like, "Please fill up my purse."
Really?
Yes, I'm not kidding.
Please fill up my purse, like a question.
No. The hand is pursed, as in like it's ready for you to fill with an answer.
What goes in my hand? Tell me what you're going to put in this hand.
What is the Pope's birthday? Have you seen those?
Trick question. It's Christmas.
Every pope was born on Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think they're all named John Paul, are they? You adopted it and it becomes your birthday.
Right.
Don't be stupid, Michael.
Well, lucky for them.
They're not all innocent.
Yeah.
What's the James Tate poem is How the Pope is Chosen?
Uh-huh.
And a bunch of bishops or popes go to a 7-Eleven and drink a Slurpee, and then they throw up, and what they throw up is when they throw up, the Pope is born.
The Pope is in there, or the Pope is born somewhere?
The Pope is born from the throw up of the Slurpee.
Oh, that's beautiful. He rises from the slush. I vaguely remember that image.
Usually, I'm a James Tate apologist, but that's not a very good image, is it?
That's a great image.
Kind of like dashed off.
I have to say, I don't love that poem of his. I love a lot of his poems, but that one is not.
Come on, it's written from the perspective of a poodle.
We're getting farther away from it, not closer
Yeah.
to it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
The speaker is a poodle?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that James Tate poem? It's called Cody the Helicopter. And Cody goes on an adventure. He wants to be an accountant or something.
He has a lot of poems I love.
Yeah.
He's a great poet.
Great titles.
Yeah.
You can always tell a James Tate title. How the Pope is Chosen is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that feel.
Yeah.
Worshipful Company of Fletchers.
Memoir of the Hawk.
That sounds a little more Merwin to me.
Yeah. It was Tate, though.
Well.
Viper Jazz.
The Government Lake.
That's a great title.
That's it, yeah.
That was
That's
his
the
last
book, right?
one.
I grew up with a government pond behind my house.
What do you
Yes,
fellas?
Chris?
What do you fellas read? Excuse me. What are you fellas reading?
What do you rate?
I was like the bug in Men in Black.
What do you sugar water?
Water with sugar.
Sugar water. Edgar.
Edgar suit, some kind of Edgar suit. Sorry, what are you reading besides? I missed it again.
I've been inundated with work emails, and when I'm not doing work emails, I immediately hit the eject button into video games.
Yeah, you go from bad computer to good computer.
Yeah, I switch. There's a switch. Good screen, bad screen. Yeah, I'm more connected than I've been since I was 18 years old. I like in terms of internet connectivity. Now all of my devices are linked. I seamlessly move from one to the other. I'm never not on one of them. And all of that is a way of staving off a deep, wide, towering depression that I know is out there.
I feel you.
Like I feel like just beyond the buildings is darkness.
Mm-hmm. That's why I will listen to an episode of Cheers as I'm falling asleep, so that I don't have to be alone in the dark with my thoughts for even 1 minute of consciousness.
His head
agreed.
Through your nostril.
Just so you know, this feels exactly like it looks.
Chris, you look so amused.
Here, let me turn this off for a second. Choose virtual background.
The podcast is now secondary entertainment for Tyler tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to it without seeing it, there are long periods of time where we're just laughing while something is happening on the screen that you can't see.
Yeah.
So it's definitely visual.
You can't really see the buildings right now.
Are you going out to the clap?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Are you going out to clap?
Yeah. I'm going out to bang pots and pans and protest against Bolsonaro.
It's as good a time as any.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess the metaphor doesn't work right now because it's actually dark outside. But yeah.
I've been reading Dean Young.
Hmm?
Can you see it?
No,
I can't. But I know what it look. I know what books look like.
Was it Solar?
Yeah, Solar Plexus.
Solar Perplexus.
Solar Perplexus. Yeah, I've been reading that, and then just the usual Ross Gay, Matthew Zapruder. Been reading that Shakespeare book that I mentioned a couple podcasts ago. Still trying to get through it.
Is there a connection between what's going on right now and the Year of Lear?
Oh yeah. Don't even get me started. No, yeah, there is.
Well, for one, in King Lear, there's a ruler who has a questionable relationship with his daughter, and he sometimes forgets what their boundaries are. And we have President Trump and his daughter, so that's just one right off the bat.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
there's a big storm today, and
Oh, was there?
up here, yeah.
You had a big Boston storm.
Yep.
The donuts were flying out of the Dunkin'.
Hey, that's
It
hate
wasn't.
speech.
I'm sorry. Allow me to make a public apology.
Last Sunday, I think it was Sunday, we took a long drive, like a 2-hour drive. And we stopped to use the restroom, being 2 hours, and it was at Dunkin' Donuts. But they're like completely closed. You can't go use the can. You can buy a donut 6 feet away from other patrons, but you can't use the bathroom. And on that drive, we passed a different Dunkin' Donuts. It's the first Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. Dunky number one.
Mm-hmm.
Dunky dunk.
What's your preferred order?
Oh, at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Girl Scout cookie? Girl
No.
Scout cookie syrup?
I'm black coffee, and not for any other reason than it's just like I get flustered. I need the simplest order.
Mm-hmm.
Black coffee. Sometimes you go to Starbucks and you're like, I'll have coffee, and they're like, blonde roast or dark, and I'm like,
Oh.
I check my hand, but I've sweat too much and I can't.
Yeah, you're like a guy from the Midwest visiting Seattle in 1995.
Yeah.
To pay your respects to Kurt.
Yeah.
What the hell you mean? Choices. At McDonald's, it's just decaf or regular. McDonald's coffee is good, actually.
It is good.
It's fine.
I like it black there.
I used to get it some mornings before working for a certain person that two of you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mornings too, Tyler would go and.
Mornings too, I'd drink it.
Yeah. So I've been reading Shelley, Percy.
Percy or
Bish.
Percy Boosh.
Percy's bitch.
Boosh Shelley.
I'm reading Isaac Babel, Red Cavalry. It's prose, but
That's about the Civil War, is it not?
It's about the
World War I.
Polish War of 1920, when Russia was attempting to make things more communist everywhere.
Oh. I'm thinking of the Red Badge of Courage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I'm so glad that the communists didn't take over the world like they were planning. They had bread lines. Meanwhile, we have stores with lots of food. You can buy anything you want. You don't have to bribe a party official to get anything.
You don't have to lay it on that thick. They're not going to send you a respirator just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Jared in the next press conference wearing 2 respirators at once.
Yeah.
Mr. Blackman was very mean to my my daddy, and I'm wearing his now. No, I'm just saying, what's the point of having capitalism if it looks like communism in the 1980s?
Yeah.
Just thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Emergency communism.
Capitalism's all about pleasure. And I have
I'm not having a lot of pleasure right now.
You're not enjoying us hanging out Just us boys.
This is fine. This is nice.
Just chilling. Unable to do anything except chilling.
I got 3 bags of free coffee. And hey, that's not sick. Pleasure. I don't know what.
Yeah,
listen,
this whole quarantine, there's been a unending pot of coffee in the kitchen, and I really appreciate that. Oh, I should grab a beer. Speaking of which,
I'm all out.
I have 1 glass of prosecco a week.
Are you cutting down?
I'm so sorry.
That's just the ritual that we have.
Oh.
Why prosecco?
I don't know. It's inoffensive to all parties.
There's champagne yeast currently in my Amazon cart.
For the celebration, to prepare for when the war is over.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about making a mead again.
Ah.
I haven't done that in probably 6 years.
Since you had your ponytail?
Yeah. I have that back.
Mead is a ponytail guy drink.
Well, it's just easier than it's so easy to make it is the thing. Beer, I couldn't.
Ponytail on a walking stick.
Oh God, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm brewing cringe.
Yeah, you got the cringe starter in there. It sounds like. Or should I say, methinks?
Methinks you have a cringe pack. Let me see if methinks you have a cringe pack.
Every person who's ever said methinks to me is that type of person.
Yeah, let me add a fedora to my Amazon cart.
Where I grew up, there were 2 high schools, and then there was a third alternative high school that was like opt-in, and all of the guys at the alternative high school were methinks guys.
Oh no. Yeah, see, we got our champagne yeast here, cheesecloth. I don't even think I added that. Some carboy bungs. You guys want some carboy bungs?
No.
Carboy. Yeah. Very thin penis pump.
Are they gonna deliver that in June?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Another I guess in our times I can say comorbidity of the methinks ponytail need thing is spelling demon, Daemon.
A daemon.
When I see that, I'm like, yeah.
I knew somebody in Tallahassee named Damon.
Without the E, right?
No, without the E. But it's not Damien. It's Damon.
Damon. Yeah.
Damon's a name.
Yeah.
Is that a name? Because I feel like you're just calling your child Demon, essentially.
I knew a Damon. A couple of Damons.
All right. Well, California, Florida.
Perhaps my spawn will be a Damon. Take a long sip of mead.
Oh. I know some people for whom that will hit way too close to home. Oh.
Look, here's the thing. The only reason I never became that person is because they were all really mean.
Yeah.
They didn't let you get close.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, cool. Is that Magic the Gathering? They're like, get out of here.
Okay.
Like, right.
Yeah. I played a lot of Magic the Gathering.
Well, I'm saying that in my life, I feel like it's something I could have been interested in, but it was not accessible to me because it was gate kept
by people who saw themselves quite in a mythical sense as gatekeepers.
Yes. Like, that's actually what this card is.
Yeah.
This is the gatekeeper.
This is my 7/7 gatekeeper with flesh walk and first strike. Yeah, I had like 7 decks of Magic the Gathering cards, but I shoplifted them. So I don't.
So that made it cool.
That made it feel better for sure. It made it felt much better to shoplift them from Walmart than. Actually, I had a friend who got arrested for shoplifting Magic cards. He heard that we were shoplifting Magic cards and did it all wrong. He just walked in and grabbed a chest full of Magic cards off a shelf and tried to leave.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I was at the West End, and for whatever reason the bartender was late, and there was this shady guy that was there, and he and I were just sitting waiting for the bartender to come. It was like a half hour after it opened or something, and the guy came and he went to the bathroom, and then the bartender came in. And they had gotten a delivery, and there was a 30 rack of Bud Lights sitting by the bar. And the shady guy came out of the bathroom and just nonchalantly picked up the 30 rack. And I was like trying to stop. I was like, "Oh, hey man, the bartender's here. You were asking about sunglasses?" And because he had been, and the guy, he did something that I've never seen before as a strategy. He pretended that he didn't understand language. Even though he and I had been talking. So and he was just like, huh? And he just kept walking. He's like, oh, well, I can't hear you. So and I called the bartender. I was like, hey, he's got that. And the bartender was like, sir. And he just like didn't understand language.
That's great.
It was sort of the same strategy as your friend. He just went in and took.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
All right, well, I'm just going to take these cards then if there's nothing.
I saw a guy just walk into Duane Reade on 111th Street and just walk right in and grab like a expensive pair of headphones that they were selling and just walk right out.
That happens all the time at that one specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, the main one of the main strategies for shoplifting is if you're caught, you act confused and keep walking. Yeah.
We used to steal beer when we were like 16 or 17 from the grocery store, and we would back the car, whatever car we were using, back the car into the handicap section, and then one or two of us would go in and get like 2 or 3 30 blocks, and then we would act like we were going up to the counter to pay, but get close enough to the automatic doors that they would open, and then we would just book it and like hop in the car, and whoever was driving would just like speed off, and we never got caught.
That's the ballsiest of the classic beer snatching techniques.
It was sketchy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember that Alex went to high school in the 1979 music video by Smashing Pumpkins. So it happened. It just happened in that music video.
That's what high school was for him.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, probably all 4 of us.
Yeah. Pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't remember the music video, so
you should see it. It's one of the all-time greats.
I imagine if we put this on YouTube, they won't let us play it.
No.
Infortunadamente.
Well, I got a couple of rejections this week. One of them was very nice, but it is sort of it encourages me and makes me feel positive about the future. It's sort of like that movie with what's his face, Kevin Costner, The Postman. where he inspires the post-apocalyptic world because he keeps delivering mail. But it's lit magazines, and they're rejecting my poems. Like, in spite of everything, they put on their editor hats, and they're like, "All right, Mr. Blackman,
Here you go.
Not
Here's your
forever."
rejection letter. The world carries on.
The world carries on.
Are these individual poems or
Yes.
manuscripts?
No, these are individual. These are packets. I did get a rejection for the manuscript, but
I'm sorry.
it's fine.
I got a bunch of rejections.
I got the manuscript rejected this week once.
Have they no heart? Don't they know what's going on in this world? Don't they know?
I will say though, it was I did get a nice rejection this week from a journal that I was kind of surprised.
What journal?
I'd rather not say, but I will say that Duotrope says it's one of the more difficult markets.
Oh, so you've kept your membership.
I have.
I got 4 poems accepted to Hobart.
Whoa.
Oh,
nice.
Congratulations.
Which I've been pretty excited. I've been submitting there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's just because they publish a lot of fun poems. You know, they're kind of like quirky, fun poems.
When are they due out?
I don't know. I haven't heard back from them. They sent me the initial letter like a week and a half ago and said they would be in contact with proofs. So, but I've also gotten a bunch of rejections, also 5 or 6 rejections in the last couple of weeks. So, that's the name of the game.
I have 3, I think, poems coming out in Pine Hills Review.
Nice.
In 5 months. So,
okay. Looking into the future, folks.
One of the last like normal things I did before the world ended was send them my new author photo that Jordan took of me, which feels really ridiculous. to send a picture of myself to somebody that, you know, years from now, archaeologists are going to be trying to find out about our civilization, and they're going to come on the remains of the Pine Hills Review editorial office, and there will be an email in there. It's just a picture of me sent by me that never got to be opened because President Trump tried to nuke the coronavirus or something.
I know that you won't like this, but there's a picture of Orson Welles that looks so much. He's making the same facial expression that you are, and it looks you.
I know.
And the two of you, it looks like you in the future.
Yeah, well, Orson Welles used to be hot.
Well, I think he's a very handsome man. I think he's more handsome when he's older.
Really?
I think he's more handsome when he looks like you than when he was younger. When he was younger, he looked goofy.
In Citizen Kane?
Do you have the picture? Can you pull that picture up and put it as your background?
Is it this one?
Not that one. You don't look at all like him when he doesn't have a beard. Yes, that one. It's that one. But it's not bad. I think he looks very handsome.
Yeah.
Chris. And what? It's a JFIF file? What file? What's a JFIF?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Like of all of us on here, you would know.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. This is offensive to me.
Not bad. Okay. It's coming. It's going to be my background. Hold on.
Jason file. Yes, I know. Part of it though is I find getting my photo taken to be extremely embarrassing. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it fast, and I'm more willing to look at it and be like, "Yep, yeah, that's fine." So Jordan did a good job. It's just me.
So it keeps saving as something called a JFIF file. That's so strange. And Zoom is not accepting it as a background image. Sometimes things just don't add up.
Except Joe Exotic, but not Orson Welles.
Yeah, no problem there, I guess.
That's the problem with this country. Is there are more Joe Exotics than Orson Welles?
You got that right, brother.
Brother.
Rose, brother. Everything I'm downloading is weird file types. WebP file? You don't even want to know what that is.
WebP?
Yeah.
I certainly don't need that right now.
No. HTML document? What the heck is going on here?
Yeah, what are you?
This is
I'm Google.
I'm on corruptedfiles.com.
Lord.
When he's younger, he looks kind of like Liev Schreiber.
Well,
okay, here. I can share my screen. That's what I can do.
this is cyberbullying, actually.
I'm sorry. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one. It's this one.
In your author photo, you do have the piercing eyes.
Yeah.
And the beard.
Yeah.
And you have similar bone structure.
Yeah. Like this is not. There's nothing offensive about this, Chris.
Oh, I don't know. But if the shoe fits,
you must acquit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry if that was bullying. I didn't mean to bully you.
It's fine.
I
wouldn't stop talking about ponytails, so.
It's a good point.
Don't give if you can't take it.
Yeah.
I've gone down a big Scientology rabbit hole.
Ooh, really?
Learning as much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, we're both from main hubs.
Yeah. Well, L. Ron Hubbard had a whole period of time in Pasadena before he even founded Scientology.
Yeah, well, where's the plaque for that?
Tell me about it. Like right near my house, he took up with this guy who was a rocket engineer and an occultist, a follower of Aleister Crowley.
That's a good combination.
This guy is in some book. He's in. There's a book about this.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah. I still need to watch The Master. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's great. It's really, truly great.
Well, now that I have a massive monitor, I can watch
a 70
movies like that.
millimeter film.
Well, and apparently Paul Thomas Anderson did a screening of it for Tom Cruise. And I was thinking, like, why did he do that? And I realized Tom Cruise was in Magnolia.
Yeah.
And like in his most typical role, I think, was that one where he plays basically like a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting.
Isn't the Master Scientology? The movie The Master?
Sort of. I mean, it's
like an allegory for it.
Not really. I mean, not even. It's just like, it's almost like it could be any story, but it borrows the sort of bones of L. Ron Hubbard's life to tell a story about really just like two men in the middle of the 20th century.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But it's closely modeled off of L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, but did you, Michael, when you saw it, now that you're a scholar of Scientology, did you think that it was, was that even really relevant? Could it have been like a Christian offshoot, maybe? And still retained its...
Yeah, the movie, like, you don't have to watch the movie just for the salacious Scientology, relationship it has. But,
well, that's one thing that struck me when I saw it, is I thought it was going to be more about that, but it's not about that at all.
No, it's not like, it's not pointedly like, here's the real story or something. But knowing about L. Ron Hubbard, it's like very much based off of him. For sure. The seafaring stuff, especially.
Mm-hmm. The foundation of Sea.org.
It also seems like it's kind of like an archetype for how something like Scientology might arise culturally, Yeah. Like it could be any kind of cult spirituality, but
yeah, there he is.
Oh my God.
He looks like the principal in Ferris Bueller that wanted to prove that he was skipping school, Ed Rooney.
Yes.
Yeah. He also looks enough like my grandfather that it's nauseating. I have very fond memories of that grandfather, but the like meshing the two together is physically upsetting.
I like the one of him at his typewriter. Bottom left.
Here. Wow. He actually looks so much like my grandfather. Except for the hair. But like facially, that looks so much like E.M. Green.
He's coming apart at the seams in a little bit.
Tyler is insulting everybody, saying my grandfather looks like L. Ron Hubbard. Chris looks like Orson Welles playing Falstaff.
Not the Falstaff one. The one in a like a coat that you might wear.
But then look bottom right now. That's like a handsome young man.
Right where?
To the right of that. There.
Here?
Look at that one.
But he also looks kind of eerie.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about his... There's something strangely smooth about his facial features.
All right, boys. I think I got to go.
All right. Well, next time, do you guys want to review that oil book?
What?
Oh, shit. 1 second. That book we were talking about, you want to review it next time?
Which one?
Just read it? 1 second. Bruno Oya?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
From Action Books?
Yeah. Right, the one you sent to us.
Yeah, translated by Victoria Haigblum and Bruno K. Oya. Well,
is that the PDF you sent us?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I only read the first couple poems, but I'm down.
Yeah, let's give it a read.
Sounds good.
Talk about it. Yeah. Let's not make it such a long time between this one and the next one.
Yeah.
Let's meet up. And when would you guys next be able?
Sunday.
Sunday? I'm
Well,
down for
that's not
Sunday.
gonna be
I'm
enough.
honestly down for Sunday. It's not like I'm doing other things.
We probably won't be able to finish the book by Sunday, but
we should do this again Sunday. Honestly, I'm exhausted. I feel like I was out of it tonight anyway. So.
Oh, good. It was just a hang sesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hanging out with our man, Joe Exotic.
With all our heroes, Joe Exotic, Orson Welles, and L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh, I didn't realize that I was still showing L. Ron Hubbard for so long. I was trying to show you Joe Exotic.
The title should be Tyger King.
Tyger Burning King.
with Y's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake Exotic. All right, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us